Let's move on to toxins and let's talk about the soup study. I found that extremely interesting because I think a lot of people are unaware of just toxicity and its role with regards to chronic disease.
Yeah, I love the soup study is such an interesting one because it's a simple study, but it's so powerful in terms of the research. And so if you're not aware of it, so it's out of Harvard, and they gave a group of people canned soup for 5 days, and then they gave them homemade soup for 5 days. And they were looking at BPA in the urine. So the plastic lining that's on canned soup, most cans have BPA lining inside. And so they were looking at their urine. And from the 5 days where they ate the canned soup to the 5 days where they ate the homemade soup, the difference in the urine of the BPA was 1,000%. A huge difference in just a couple of days. And why I think that study is so useful is because it makes you think, look, this is just 5 days. It's just a can of soup and it's just one chemical, but look at the difference of that choice over those 5 days. It's a huge difference. Now, how much of that actually stayed in your body, who knows? But the point is, it's such a big amount, such a big percentage difference. And if you add that up over a year, 5 years, 10 years, every other chemical that you're exposed to, like these little decisions matter and they add up. You're not going to, get some sort of chronic disease from 5 days of a little bit of BPA from a canned soup. But if you do that for 20 years, if you eat canned soup every single day, yeah, maybe that's going to affect you. Maybe it's going to be too much for your body and it's going to affect your liver or your kidneys or your heart or whatever. I don't know. I mean, who knows what it does to you, if that specific thing, but it's like, whatever it is, obviously not good for you. And so, yeah, these decisions matter. And that is where we have some control. And I think that's where it's so powerful as a parent to really think about health when you're making decisions, especially when you're purchasing things you're putting in your home, purchasing things you're putting in your body and in your kid's body, because these things add up and we can't control everything. Like we can't control the air that we breathe out there. We can't control the water in our taps, so much. So we do whatever we can to decrease those chemicals by maybe getting some plants or getting a water filter or reading the labels so you're decreasing something, or making more meals so you're not getting that BPA, because you're still going to be getting a bunch of chemicals. So whatever you can do to remove or reduce that gives your body the best chance to be successful, because there were chemicals 20 years ago, right? There's just more now, but people didn't have chronic disease like they had now. So obviously our bodies could handle what was going on 30 years ago much better than they can now. So if you can do that and reduce your family's load down to a manageable level, your kids have a much more likely chance to be healthy.